Hi everybody. In this week's parsha of Shmot, Moshe initially rejects Hashem's request that he assume the mantle of leadership to take the Jewish people out of Mitzrayim. And in defending his decision, Moshe says, Heim lo ya'aminu li, the people won't believe me. They won't have enough emunah, faith in me, or perhaps not even in you, God, to listen to the message. And Hashem shows him that he's wrong through a sign. And that sign is, he tells Moshe to take his wooden staff, to throw it on the ground. And when he does so, miraculously, the staff turns into a snake. But what's the symbolism behind that test, that sign? Why does that show Moshe that he's wrong, that they will believe him? The Slonim Rebbe suggests that the reason that Hashem specifically chose the sign of a snake was in Moshe's response. The Torah tells us that as soon as Moshe saw that the wood became a snake, Vayanas Moshe mipanav, he jumped back, he tried to run away because he was fearful that the snake would bite him, would hurt him. But the Slonim Rebbe suggests, but that's foolish. Why would Moshe think that God, in whose presence he's standing, would allow the snake to harm him? When you're standing in front of the king, you're not worried about the king's servant. And so the Slonim Rebbe says in that instant, even Moshe's own emunah was flawed, was not perfect. And Hashem was showing Moshe, you see, Moshe, even in this instant, you are not a man of perfect faith, and you're standing in my presence. So too the Jewish people. Their faith doesn't have to be perfect. No one's faith has to be perfect. And that perhaps is the message that Hashem was trying to teach Moshe and all of us who are reading the story. Sometimes we struggle with the questions of faith. Sometimes the signs may not entirely convince us. But we need to understand that even though there is imperfection in our faith, we are still worthy of redemption. And how interesting is it that that same staff, that wooden staff that turned into a snake, later on in the Torah, in the story of liberation, that same staff would be a staff that showed another sign. That wooden staff would ultimately blossom and produce forth almonds. That wooden staff would blossom. So the staff that was initially the tool to show flawed emunah blossoms, like all of us. Sometimes we just need the time, the encouragement, the strength to become the people that we know we can be. It's a Torah thought. It only takes a moment. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.